Johnny Depp and Amber Heard both won, in part, their defamation lawsuits, a jury announced on Wednesday after deliberating for about 12 hours over 3 days. After hearing weeks of testimony, including hours from both Depp and Heard themselves, the jury's stunning decision found both defamation suits credible and awarded both actors millions of dollars in damages. Heard was to pay Depp $15 million, and Depp is to pay her $2 million. The jury awarded Depp $10 million in compensatory damages, which is compensation for libel, and $5 million in punitive damages, which is the penalty for libel. But, because of the Virginia statute, Depp's punitive damages are limited to $350,000, making the total he'll be awarded just over $10 million. Heard's $2 million was awarded in compensatory damages. The 6-week-long trial centered on whether Heard defamed her ex-husband in a 2018 newspaper op-ed in which she referenced herself as a public figure representing domestic abuse. Depp sued for $50 million in damages, saying that, although the piece didn't name him specifically, it was a clear enough reference to him to damage his reputation and cost him lucrative movie roles. Heard countersued Depp for $100 million, claiming Depp and his former lawyer conspired to defame her by calling her abuse claims a hoax. Depp had to prove not only that he never assaulted Heard, but that Heard's article, which focused primarily on public policy related to domestic violence, defamed him. He also had to prove that Heard wrote the article with actual malice. And to claim damages he had to prove that her article caused the damage to his reputation as opposed to any number of articles before and after Heard's piece that detailed the allegations against him. Heard said minutes after the verdict was read that she was sad she lost this case and heartbroken that the mountain of evidence still was not enough to stand up to the disproportionate power, influence, and sway of my ex-husband. She called the verdict a setback for women that sets back the idea that violence against women is to be taken seriously. Depp said in a statement that the verdict gave me my life back and that he is truly humbled. From the beginning, the goal of bringing this case was to reveal the truth, regardless of the outcome, he continued. Speaking the truth was something that I owed to my children and to all those who have remained steadfast in their support of me. I feel at peace knowing I have finally accomplished that. The trial captivated the internet and was live-streamed daily, garnering millions of views. Some fans even camped out, spending tens of thousands of dollars, for a chance to witness the court proceedings in person. Below is a summary of what happened and some key moments throughout the trial. Johnny Depp and Amber Heard case summary. Depp, 58, sued Heard for libel in Fairfax County Circuit Court over an op-ed she wrote for The Washington Post in 2018. The piece was headlined, "I spoke up against sexual violence, and faced our culture's wrath. That has to change." In the piece, she referenced herself as a public figure representing domestic abuse. Heard never mentioned Depp by name, but Depp's lawyers argued it was a clear reference to abuse accusations Heard made when she sought a 2016 restraining order against him. Depp denied he ever struck Heard and said she was the abuser in the relationship. Heard testified about more than a dozen separate instances of physical abuse she says she suffered at Depp's hands. Depp said his movie career suffered and that the accusations and the article made him a Hollywood outcast and cost him his role in the lucrative Pirates of the Caribbean movie franchise. Heard's lawyers argued that Heard's opinion piece was accurate and didn't defame him. They said Depp's career downfall and ruined reputation was due to his own bad behavior and argued that the Walt Disney Company had already decided to axe Depp from Pirates of the Caribbean months before the article's publication. Additionally, Heard filed a $100 million counterclaim against Depp after his former lawyer, Adam Waldman, called her claims of abuse a hoax. Heard's lawyers argued Waldman made those statements in league with Depp, something Depp denies. Where's Johnny Depp for the verdict? Depp hasn't been waiting in Virginia for the decision. He's spent the last few days on stage, singing and playing guitar with Jeff Beck in the United Kingdom. A source close to Depp told Fox News that he would remain in the UK for the verdict due to previously scheduled work commitments made prior to the trial. A source also said Heard would be present for the verdict. Johnny Depp and Amber Heard's relationship timeline. The two met in 2009 while filming The Rum Diary. Despite their 22-year age difference, Heard testified there was an instant connection when Depp met with her as he considered her for a role in the film. "I was a no-name actor. I was 22. He was twice my age. He's this world-famous actor and here we are getting along about obscure books, old blues music," testified Heard, who's now 36. While they had chemistry during the filming of the movie, she said they didn't begin dating until doing a press tour for the film's release in 2011. At the outset, they kept their relationship a secret. Heard testified that the first act of physical abuse against her by Depp happened in 2013. The two married in February of 2015 reportedly at their Los Angeles home, but the nuptials didn't last long. In May 2016, Heard filed for divorce and obtained a temporary restraining order against Depp. Their divorce was finalized in early 2017, with Heard saying she was going to donate her $7 million settlement to charity. Heard's op-ed was published in the Post in 2018. In 2019, Depp filed a $50 million defamation lawsuit against her. Heard countersued Depp for $100 million. The trial began on April 12, 2022. Depp's alcohol and drug use. Depp and Heard painted very different portraits of Depp's drug and alcohol use. Heard said drugs and alcohol, along with paranoid jealousy, is what turned him from the man she loved into the monster who made her fear for her life. She said he hid his drug and alcohol use from her and from his family, but his behavior made it clear he was high or drunk, often to the point of incoherence. Johnny on speed is very different from Johnny on opiates. Johnny on opiates is very different from Adderall and cocaine Johnny, which is very different from Quaaludes Johnny, but I had to get good at paying attention to the different versions of him, Heard testified. Heard said Depp's denials of physical abuse lack credibility in part because he would black out and forget what he'd done. Depp, for his part, admitted that he'd become addicted at one point to oxycodone and underwent a detox process in 2014, which was before the two were married. But he said the allegations of uncontrolled drug and alcohol use are grossly embellished. "I've always had a pretty big tolerance for alcohol," he testified. "I've never had a physical addiction to alcohol." Testimony of one example of his drug and alcohol use focused on a 2014 flight from Boston to Los Angeles while Depp was filming Black Mass. Heard said Depp assaulted her on the flight while he was blackout drunk. Depp testified he took 2 oxycodone pills, an opiate to which he admits he was addicted at the time, and locked himself in the plane bathroom and fell asleep to avoid her badgering. He told the court that he drank only a glass of champagne while boarding the flight. But texts he sent to the actor Paul Bettany at the time referenced drinking half a bottle of whiskey, 1,000 Red Bull vodkas and 2 bottles of champagne before the flight. Later in the trial, a psychiatrist testified that Depp's behavior fits the pattern of a person whose drug and alcohol abuse contributes to domestic violence.